So welcome back to another episode, and today, like so many of you out there, I watched the road to the PlayStation 5, a look at the text and specs of this new machine, a machine that we are really eagerly anticipating, and I knew going in that we weren't going to see the PlayStation 5. I knew that right away, that they were just going to talk about the hardware and stuff, and I just want to say that this is just a chat about some of my first thoughts on this machine. And this is not a spec tech channel. I can't show you the comparison of different CPUs to other CPUs. That's not what I'm here for. I'm from the old days, folks. Remember when an 8-bit machine came out and you're like, hey, there's a 16-bit machine coming out. It was double the power. You knew what you were getting. Where over the years things have gotten a little bit more complex as the technology has gotten much more improved. But there's a lot of interesting things in here, and a lot of really weird things near the end of their talk today, which was just a little bit odd, a little bit strange. So I just want to say, first of all, one thing that they're including, which I'm very happy about, and all my PCs have them here, is an SSD, a solid state drive, and what a welcome feature for the PS5. I was very happy to hear this, and the reason why you want an SSD, I absolutely know this, is for speed, for absolute speed. So things are a little bit more instantaneous. And they even said that they want to reduce loading time down to a 0. They say that every console generation, and sometimes it just doesn't happen, but with an SSD in there, that makes me a little bit more hopeful. So I was very happy to see them talking about that. The one thing I want to say, when the conference started, it was a conference, it was like a virtual conference. It was really unusual. Some people were like cutouts, and some people were real people, and I'm like, what is this? It's so strange. It would have been better to have no audience say, hey, you know what? In the current climate, we're just gonna have me here talking to you. That would have been better, but it was weird to see these cutouts there. It kind of like reminded me of Mystery Science Theater. So I think it created a strange vibe for talking about all the specs of this new PlayStation 5. It started off in a really kind of strange way. They were also talking about, for developers, how long it usually takes a developer to get kind of used to creating games on a new PlayStation platform. And sometimes it was like 1 to 2 months, sometimes 4 months. What they want to do with this machine is make it that a developer goes in and under 1 month, they can start creating a game. They understand the hardware and the process. And I think that's what it's all about, the process of creating games on a new machine. I remember the PlayStation 3 back in the day created so much, hardship for so many developers. They were having such a hard time doing that, where the 360 was a lot easier to program for. And so they're trying to get rid of that barrier. And they say a month. That's what they say. They can say that. So we'll see in the future how long it takes people to wrap their heads around this. We'll hear from the developers themselves when they start working on the console itself. How easy is it to program on? But I just love the idea of no load screens. And they also said no long patch installs anymore. Because that always drives me so crazy, and just no load times. I mean, I was playing a game last night and I was just sitting there waiting for it to load, and I'm like, man, it's like 2020 and we still have this. So I like the idea that they're trying to eliminate that time there. The one thing we got to hear about, and there was actually a point when I thought, I wonder if they're gonna have this. PS4 compatibility. Thank God that's there. Thank God that's there, because I really don't want a PS4 under my TV and PS5 and I have to switch between them. I don't want to do that. I want one machine to rule them all. So it's really nice that that's there, and it's not an afterthought. They built this machine with the idea that the PS4 will be there, with the regular PS4 and the Pro enhanced abilities of that machine are built right into this. And I like that. There was I had a dream. I had a dream. I'm like, wouldn't it be amazing? And I think there's a rumor about this, and it's ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous, but there would be backwards compatibility for PS3, PS2, PS1. That's just too much. I knew that, but I'm like, emulators? I don't know. I'm like, is that possible? I'm like, I don't think so. And it would seem that they're not including any backwards compatibility that far back, but That would be so great if I could have a machine where I could put a PS1 disc into plays and PS2. That would be great, so I don't have to bring up my frame meisters all the time. And oh yeah, upscaling them too. That would be ridiculous. But we're not getting that. We are getting PS4 backwards compatibility, which is a nice thing. Now they got into something that I really was trying to wrap my head around and wrap my ears around. This is so funny to me. Not the idea of what it is, virtual sound. They're playing with a lot of different ways to do virtual sound. And I'm not a big audiophile guy where I could understand exactly what he was saying. I'm like, okay, they're trying to create sounds that you can feel it's right there. We have that now, but he wants to make that better. And here's the thing why I started laughing. This is so strange. The road to the PS5 will be a road paved in human ears because everybody hears sound differently. And I think they know that. And they said what we might be doing over the next couple of years is asking you to take pictures or video of your ears so we can model the sounds around your particular ear. I was sitting there and I'm like, do I need my coffee? I'm like, did I hear that right? Did I hear that right? I was like, is this really a thing? Is this what they want to do? And I've never heard something so strange. I was like, oh my God, that's what they want to do? So they said over the years they'll be changing the way they deal with this virtual sound and incorporate it. And you can help the process by sending in a video or a photograph of your ear. You can contribute to the PlayStation 5 development for virtual audio. How absolutely unusual is that? So, to be honest with you, this is basically what I took away from all of this is the SSD. It's an easier machine to program on. No load screens. No big long patches. PS4 compatibility. And virtual sound that you will need to send a picture of your ear in for. No. Yeah, maybe. That's what I took away. What did you guys take away down below? We'll start a little conversation about the PlayStation 5. Now, as I said, we knew we were not going to see the machine. And it was kind of a weird little thing. It's like they showed all the tech, talked about it, and then that was it. It's like, it would have been nice to show the machine as well after all of that. And I really wonder what the machine is going to look like. I'm fascinated with that. I know about the haptic feeling of the controller. That's fine. But what is the machine itself going to look like? And, how big is it going to be? How many different versions are there going to be? That's going to be fascinating. And they said that you can upgrade your hard drive space so you can have games on there as well. That's going to be there. So you can kind of build this machine up in the future how you want it to be. I think there's going to be a lot of plug and play kinds of style of things, putting in a bigger, SSD drive in the future and things like that. I wonder if it will be upgradable that way, which would be great. Rather than buying another machine, just buying components like a PC. That would be great. So I thought it was a weird kind of stream. I thought they delivered some really good information, some strange information, and some information that is not quite there. A lot of what they always say in these kind of streams when they're talking about a machine is the possibilities. The possibilities. Like, even if we run the machine at, maximum capacity, it'll still stay quiet and not overheat. It's like, yeah, that should be the point of all machines, for sure, that are released, and our machine will be the best. It's going to be perfect. There's a lot of that kind of talk, and then you get the machine, it's super loud. A great example, over the years, with all the machines, this machine's going to be super quiet, all this. They're always running super hot, and which they're supposed to, and they're always loud. Like my PS4 Pro, when I first got it, it wasn't so loud. Now it's super loud, especially playing certain games, as he even said, like God of War, really takes a toll and pushes your machine to the max. So I think that the PlayStation 5, the idea is to go in to make it quiet and everything's beautiful. But, they said that they've got some cooling techniques that they're going to talk, things that they're implementing, they'll talk about at another time. And I'm like, this is the time we should talk about it now. Why are we talking about it another time? So we'll find out about that later. So I'm going to get out of here now. I'm going to get out of here and send a photo of my ear to Sony right away. so they can start implementing my ear into the virtual sound programming language for creating this beautiful sound. What did you guys think? What did you guys think of the PlayStation 5 specs? Did they make you excited? Are you underwhelmed? What was the stream like for you? The Mystery Science Theater stream is a little bit unusual for sure, but I'm crossing my fingers for the future. For me, it's all about the games. Always has been, always will be. So we'll see how all of them turn out. So anyways, guys, until next time.